My husband thrown me under the bus. How do I salvage this? Hello Reddit talkative here. It all started like a dream, but quickly turned into a storm. My husband Owen and I had been trying for years to have a baby. We had dreamed of building a family together, but after countless attempts and heartbreaks, it became clear something was wrong. After a lot of persuasion, Owen finally agreed to a fertility check. The results were devastating for him. His sperm count was extremely low. While we both took it hard, we were determined to push forward. A year later, after losing our first pregnancy, Owen proposed the idea of a sperm donor, which I supported wholeheartedly. Together, we chose the path that brought us the biggest joy of our lives: our baby girl. Yet, Owen struggled to connect with her. The weight of his infertility weighed him down, and in a moment of vulnerability during a trip, he shared our story with his brothers. Unfortunately, one of them shared it with his wife, who, in turn, told my mother-in-law. What followed was nothing short of chaos. My mother-in-law stormed into our home, accusing me of lying and cheating. She even went so far as to call my baby a filthy bastard. In that moment, I expected my husband to defend us, to speak up for the family we had built. But Owen just stood there, silent, weak, letting his mother tear me apart. The confrontation ended with me pushing my mother-in-law out the door, tossing out every item she had given us. I had enough. That night, I packed my bags and left with my daughter, seeking refuge at my parents' house. I was heartbroken, not just for myself, but for the family Owen and I had worked so hard to build. But what hurt the most was Owen's lack of spine, his refusal to stand by me and our daughter. But my story doesn't end in that sorrowful moment. After weeks of soul-searching, I realized that I didn't need Owen to validate me or my daughter. I began to rebuild. With the support of my family, I moved into a cozy 2-bedroom apartment, creating a warm and loving space for my little girl. I surrounded myself with people who loved me, and my daughter was showered with affection from my siblings and parents. Every day, I woke up feeling stronger. Owen, meanwhile, had spiraled. He sent threatening messages and tried to manipulate me, but I had grown immune to his toxic behavior. It became clear that the man I once loved had been hiding behind the mask of his own insecurities, and the pressure of his family had cracked that facade. But I refused to let his bitterness define our future. Then, unexpectedly, my father-in-law came to visit. He apologized for his wife's behavior and tried to make amends, but it was too late. I told him that Owen and I were done. My daughter and I deserved better, and I was determined to give her a life filled with love and stability. In the end, I filed for divorce, and I didn't ask for a penny from Owen. I didn't need his money or his half-hearted attempts to be a father. My daughter was surrounded by a family who adored her, and that was more than enough. As for Owen, I let him go. His silence in that moment when I needed him most spoke louder than any apology ever could. He chose his pride and his family over us, and I chose to move on. Today, my daughter and I are thriving. We are building a new life, one filled with love, laughter, and the promise of a bright future. What started as a painful chapter in my life has now transformed into a story of resilience, strength, and hope. And as for Owen's family, they may never fully understand the bond my daughter and I share, but that's okay. We are living proof that family is built on love, not blood. I'm proud of the life we've created, and I'm proud of the strong woman I've become.